arrogance, and heedlessness. So in my conclusion to this surah, I just want to remind myself and all of you of how dangerous these two diseases are and how they can creep up into our lives. And how Allah Azza wa Jalla, when He's reminding us of these things, it's not just an ancient reminder, it's a living problem. What are the devices of arrogance and what are the devices of heedlessness? The devices of arrogance today are self-image. That's the device of arrogance. You're so concerned with what you look like, what people think of you. You're concerned with your impression. Iblis has no problem doing sajda to Allah. He's done many before. It's in front of others. I have to do sajda to another creation. It's now comparison to somebody else. So when you're too conscious of others around you, two things happen. One, you're constantly comparing yourself to others and you want to make sure somehow you're better. And two, when you're so concerned with others, you no longer become concerned with Allah Azza wa Jal. You forget that. You lose sight of that. These are the makings of kibr. Self-image. You're obsessed with yourself. Self-indulgence. The ghafla, the big problem of ghafla is basically everything that takes you away from remembering Allah Azza wa Jal. Now what are those things today? Not just in a general sense, today. It's 3G. It's 4G. It's Netflix. It's Hulu. It's YouTube. It's Facebook. It's TV shows. It's downloads. It's video games. It's one thing after another. The new movie that comes out. Then another movie comes out. Which ibadah do you and I do that 90 minutes gets our full attention? 90 minutes, we don't even think about anything else. People walk into a movie theater, 3-hour movie, 2.5-hour movie, 110-minute movie, 102-minute movie. They lose attention for even a second? Full concentration. Who leaves them alone? Shaitan just left the building. You come into the masjid, you're trying to pray 2 rak'ahs. 2 rak'ahs. And you're praying the shortest surahs you know. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Allahu Akbar. Second rak'ah. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Allahu Akbar. And even in that, what happens? Oh my God, what's for lunch? What's for lunch? Who's this guy next to me? Did I make wudu? Where am I? Is it the weekend? Did I study for the exam? Oh my God. We are addicted to entertainment, and our addiction to entertainment is paving the way for our ghafla. Now, what are the consequences of that? The consequences of ghafla aren't just limited to you don't do dhikr. There are additional consequences. When you forget Allah, you forget to be appreciative of Him, and you also forget, you're not as fearful of Him. When those two things go away, what floodgates are open? Sin. Maybe it's harmless entertainment at first. Maybe you're playing like Pac-Man. Maybe it's harmless, there's no haram in it. Maybe Mrs. Pac-Man is not wearing hijab or something. But it's not that haram. But when ghafla happens and you're not conscious of Allah anymore, then, some commercial plays in the middle, and you see some image you shouldn't see, and you don't change the channel. Your ghafla lets you stay and watch and watch and watch, and every time you take in sin, there's a little stain on your heart and my heart, and more and more and more, until the whole heart gets covered in dirt, mud. And at that point, when you pray, you know nothing's going on. And you're wondering, how come nothing's going on? You cannot remove that mud without effort. I can't remove that mud without effort. We have to cleanse ourselves from an addiction to entertainment. We have to get it out of our system. We have to remove it from our system.